Hello, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome again back to the second section. Thank you, actually, Avdut sir. It is a very nice and informative session, and even we are waiting for the second section that it will be again more informative than the first one. So I will hand over the mic to you, sir, now for the second section.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And definitely, I will try my level best to make it more interactive. And uh, thank you very much to for the organizing this excellent series of webinars. Probably, I have attended a couple of webinars, uh, whatever whatever you have arranged so far, and they were fantastic. And definitely, it will enhance our all capabilities as well as competencies. So, thank you very much once again. I will start my afternoon session. So good afternoon all. Welcome to the webinar on opportunities and challenges in vehicle to grid charging technologies. So vehicle to grid V2G is essentially known in the market. Before going to our basic presentation, I would like to introduce ourselves. We are SOLANGETECH Green Energy Solutions LLP. Prior LLP, we were working as a Tejomai as a proprietary firm since 2015 to 2017. Then we have launched our LLP, Limited Liability Partnership. We have done a lot of work in solar PV installations. We have been consultant for many companies. We are core in training, designing, and design APC and consultancy. Basically, I am a certified energy manager, and nowadays we are in EV charging station infrastructure as well. We are in the installation as well as design process. So in future, if you have any opportunity, let us know. We will be honored to serve you in the right way. So this is us, and today's topic, what we are going to discuss in coming 1 hour and one and a half hour, is grid to vehicle. Is everyone knows that there are many opportunities, but what are the vehicle to grid challenges? We will check. What are the technologies are involving and involved in that? What are the opportunities in EV and renewable energy sector? So it's a hand in hand. We have to go with renewable and electric vehicle. What are the security systems one should be thinking about of electric vehicle battery? What I have seen, I have gone through the list of presentations shared on this FDP, and one thing I have not seen about our that thankfully nobody has much talked about. Probably they have. I have not attended that security system. That part I wanted to talk today, because everything within 8 days there are so many topics you people have covered, and I was afraid that my presentation will go bored and people will discard the presentation, and that's why I was thinking what to introduce, and or rather discuss, not introduce, to discuss a little bit. Before going to the presentation, I would like to again ask you some questions. I'm sorry, really sorry, I'm making you work somewhere, but this is the way I work. So kindly fill up the Google sheet I have shared to you. This is Google sheet number 2, so that let me know what are your perspectives, how you're working. Uh, Sharmila ma'am, did you get my link?
Yes, sir, it is there in the chat box. So participants, you
Okay,
can view the sheet in the chat
kind,
box.
yeah, kindly fill up the Excel sheet. Okay, interesting. I'm getting some responses now. So far, only two responses I have received. I request everyone, please be prompt in responding to the questionnaire I have floated. Let's make this webinar more interactive. I have taken more efforts. I would like to be frank, because I have seen the name of the participants or name of the resource persons, and they were very skilled. And I took a lot of efforts to make it interactive. Otherwise, Khatakar ma'am will scold me that it is not happening correctly. At least 10 response. I will wait for 10 responses. Still 4 responses I need. 6 responses are there. I guess these all are uh, okay. We have reached the mark of 10 responses. Amazing. And I was waiting for that. I'm so sorry that I have waited you for a long time. Now we will go to our presentation, or rather this discussion. See, we are talking about vehicle to grid, whether it is possible or not, isn't it? What are the challenges? Have you observed in smart grid mission in your society? Probably in city or society. Probably there are so many participants, and out of 10, 7 people said we have not observed yet. Now, I don't know how many of you have downloaded Mahadiscom app, and in that app, you can feed up your meter reading. I don't know how many of you have downloaded it, and if not, I request you please download the Mahadiscom app, Mahadiscom Mahavitran, and there is no need that local person will come and check whether what is the reading today and all. During specifically in lockdown, they have launched that app and people are uh, really utilizing it. Smart grid is, everyone knows that it's a both way energy transaction. So if you have not still observed this smart grid mission in your locality, please check with these apps and all and get introduced with this, as well as what are the smart grid mission government is tackling. We should be knowing. Do you have timers for pumping? Many people said yes, we have timer. For street light, around 3 people have said yes, we have timers for street lights in the premise. CCTV sensors, there should be motion sensor, isn't it? Otherwise, unnecessary, you will save the data, store the data, you will work on it. So for CCTV, at least in your apartments, do you have the sensors? So 4 to 5 people said we have it. Many people said we don't have. Then the fourth was computerized energy consumption data and analysis. Have you seen in your apartment? We don't have it, isn't it? So these applications are readily available in the market, and still, due to its cost competitiveness and due to its unawareness, we are not still utilizing. For visitors entry or security, and still the gathering to whom I am discussing with is elite class, those who have good earnings, as well as they are literate. So to percolate all these things to the mass level is really a gigantic task. So for the B2G as well, it is not that easy. So that was my thinking. In your house or apartment, do you have metering consumption for gas pipeline? Whether do we have gas pipeline? So 6 people said we don't have a gas pipeline at all. Or for water, there is no metering, but still, I could see that 5 people are saying they have metering in water. So I would like to meet these people and how they have percolated the technology. Actually, these people should share their experiences with those who have not dealt with it. Then garbage collection. Why I am showing all these things? Because as a businessman, I have more than 50 countries electricity bills, and if you want to just browse through it for a second, I have light bills of Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Iraq, Qatar, Bahrain, Malaysia, Doha, Qatar, USA, Auckland, New Zealand, Philippines, Australia, Germany, and I'm just what you can say dazzled the way they give the electricity bill. Still, I have these what do you can say, Arab countries electricity bills. I have European electricity bill. I have Eastern Asia's electricity bill. I have New Zealand, Australia bill, Mexico or Brazil, USA bills, or North America, South America bill. Then I learned. See, can you see this window, ma'am? Sharmila, ma'am, can you see this window?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So in Sharjah, don't talk about the population now, because if you can implement in Balewadi area, that will be also a great deal. Or on Baner Balewadi, they have a gas bill, they have water, they have electricity. So in one bill, they are getting all the facilities, isn't it? Gas, water, and electricity. This is moreover Sharjah Department of UAE. Its electricity bill, how they are giving you the bifurcation. Electricity, water, as well as municipal waste you are creating, that bill they are giving. This is a bill again of UAE. I would like then Bahrain, they have very, for electricity and water, one supply they are getting electricity bill, and measurements they are doing. It is not like just they are giving bill. For Dubai, can you see that electricity and water consumption bill is there, housing and sewerage bill is there. Are we getting all these bills in one bill? And the answer is no. And this is nothing but a smart city, isn't it? I don't know whether how many of you are working on smart grid or V2G. This is the indication that they have metering system altogether. This is electricity bill as well as consumption nearby people, how much they are consuming, what is the carbon footprint they are giving. In Dubai, they are giving how much for water they are charging heavily, for that matter. Within Muscat, Oman, Pakistan, I have electricity bill of Pakistan, very bad condition they are facing. Nothing to say about that. Then Sharjah, Singapore. Can you see the light bill of Singapore? It's electricity services, gas services, and water services they are including in one unit, and they are charging heavily for just 7 cubic meters, 7,000 liter, 8,000 liter. They are charging uh, around about $20. So probably 1,000 rupees I pay yearly in Balewadi area for a lot of water, and they are charging heavily. In Sri Lanka, they are charging again. Burlington. I'm not deviating from V2G, but how electricity bills or other bills are getting conveyed, accordingly, we have to also think about it, isn't it? Now, this is just a minute. This is Mexico's electricity bill. This is Brazil's electricity bill. This is Spanish electricity bill. We cannot read it, but of course, there is one website we can translate it. Australia's electricity bill. See how they are giving it. Auckland's New Zealand electricity bill, and very heavy charges, very costly electricity. This is London's electricity bill. Can you see the charges? £200. We cannot even think about it. Electricity is way costlier in London. Hamilton, New Zealand, Netherlands, Germany. Germany is the costliest in the world in terms of electricity. Very costly. Round about 38 rupees to 42 rupees per unit. You can see that 29 cents per kilowatt hour plus then taxes and all, it goes to 36 rupees according to Indian currency. And they give very descriptive electricity bill, 6 pages electricity bill they give. What is your consumption with the other people and all, and that is nothing but a smart city, smart grid. Dublin, Ireland, this is the bill of electricity. Can you see that Singapore again, electricity services, gas services, water services, refuse removal by West Private Limited. For that also they charges. Okay, there are many bills. The conclusion is when we have smart metering system, then only we can think much positive about V2G, vehicle to grid as well. In your house or apartment, do you have metering consumption for that is done? When will you see V2G? Yes, when my battery charging tariff in India, the tariff rate is so cheap. I'm telling you, 3 rupees or 4 rupees per unit per for 100 units. My electricity consumption of my home is 88 units per month. Very cheap. We don't use, of course, air conditioning systems, but the rates are so cheap. Now, if I'm going to sell electricity, it has to be more than 4 rupees, right? And why I will go otherwise? So that tariff transaction one has to. So government policies, how they derive it is a challenging task. Only for car, I will use V2G because yes, 40 kVA or kWh is the capacity of a car. So probably people will prefer that. Bike, I don't think that for bike people will use it because only 3 units are there already. And by selling 1 unit, 4 rupees you are going to earn. You are going to earn 6 rupees. Will it be really profitable business? Tell me. If as a businessman or as a perspective, if you are selling 1 unit to the grid with 6 rupees, will you sell it or will you just keep it intact? Of course, you will never go for two-wheeler. And biggest hurdle, okay, renewable energy. So this is about how I think about whether V2G will be successful for two-wheeler. I don't think that V2G will be successful for passenger cars or buses. Buses is a good market. Electric car built by Thomas Parker in 1895. It was in Netherlands. In 1973, there was a charging station. So we will have some glimpses how it has evolved. Abundance and low price of fossil fuels and low performance of batteries hindered the growth of EVs. Then by 2008, Toyota Prius, the world's first commercially mass produced and marketed, 5 lakhs units they have sold. Now, coming back to what is going on in the worldwide, there is one company in America. Of course, the example we have to give from that country we do not have yet. MOEV AI, artificial intelligence trademark, capex reduction via patented multiplexing technology. Power infrastructure at site host. So multiplexing allocates power from capacity constrained circuit to multi-electric vehicles. That is the unique idea they are selling. So V2G, V2 grid or V2 home or V2 load or vehicle to grid or vehicle to building could be possible in coming days. But revenue generation from EV battery via vehicle to anything has to be thought, as well as bidirectional charging systems to vehicle to anything integration has to be possible. So grid to vehicle is common to everyone. Vehicle to grid is now a challenging task. Even though all EVs uses grid to vehicle for charging, not electric vehicles are capable for vehicle to grid. Not all at all. So you have to check whether these are uh, compatible for vehicle to grid or not. Vehicle to grid capabilities of EV make it possible to use them as a grid support asset as to reduce the load on power system during peak hours and to make the load curve even. Of course, I believe, of course, I was a part of Mahajanko and they were starting in 2013, they were starting, or in 2011-12, I have seen a lot of changes in Mahajanko's renewable perspective. Nowadays they have done massive work in solar photovoltaics as well. So, according to my understanding, battery to grid will be highly possible in coming years, definitely. Move software reduces cost of energy for EV charging market. Who do we sell this electricity? Building, then load, then vehicles, then channels that we use. EVgo is charging network providers, OEM of EG Schneider plus Siemens infrastructure providers. So we have to channelize all these people to penetrate in the market. Problem and opportunities: high OPEX, unmanaged peak results in excessive demand charges, driver dissatisfaction, lack of visibility, range anxiety, unplanned vehicle moves. So this is a terrific thing because if I'm going to empty my battery, then how I'm going to move further? So that kind of mental challenge driver may face, and in that case, that's why bus services will definitely enjoy the privilege of V2G. Prasanna Travels, I met the O&M manager of general manager of Prasanna Travels, and they are fantastically operating Mumbai Pune electric vehicle. Now they are operating Mumbai Bangalore electric vehicle. So these players, these are aggregators, isn't it? Personal purpose, they have their own 1,000 vehicles, which runs intercity from Mumbai to Bangalore, from Pune to Hyderabad. And these people, they take some rest time for the vehicle. At that time, they can exchange the electricity and make money. High infrastructure capex, infrastructure cost or facility upgrade, transformers, idle capacity. These are the problems one has to tackle and move value mitigation of this problem. Scheduling for optimum utilization of capacity, They have patented multiplexing technology. This is very essential. Such kind of thing we are not talking yet. I have not never heard in India. AI-based energy management via machine learning using data mix, charging simple, friendly, and convenient, as well as high OPEX Move AI uses data collected to reduce demand charges and optimize time of utilization charging. So these are the solutions as well as problems they have found out, and they want to reduce these peaks by introducing EV uh, EV from vehicle. They have the app, the way OPM has developed the app. There are empty, complete number of apps available in the market. Many apps are there. So what is the significance? IP intellectual property developed by four technology founders of MOEV at University Smart Grid Energy Research Center. Three granted patents, over $5 million of funding they have got it. Installation of drivers at university with experience operating 150 plus network smart chargers. So this technology already is on the floor. It is already working. Over 30 technical research publications they have done. So you can check with these people. Only commercial validation is in some areas they have done, and that is challenging part in our country as well. So EV grid integration and EV cybersecurity, I am more concerned. See, nowadays you go to airport, they suggest that go plug the charger to your mobile at airport or in common areas. Otherwise, all the data will get hacked. We don't know where is the hacker. Nowadays, there is no need to be armed thieves. You can come and you can hack anybody's account and you can take money. So that's why theft has also changed. So EV cybersecurity is the game. And now this part probably have not talked for last 8 days. I'm not sure. I'm not claiming that I am the first person, but this is very important, that vehicle network architecture today, and before 2010 no external interface was there for any car or two-wheeler. Nowadays there are many important external interfaces are there. You are going to connect the vehicle for charging. There will be Google Map installed, Bluetooth is there, cloud connectivity is there. EVs are all connected to the cloud, if I'm not wrong. So isolated from all the world to now connected to the outside world, that is a game changer happening in electric vehicle, and that's why security reasons are very high. So EV industry should look at multi-layered cyber security architecture. They should have security layers vehicles. They should have hardware security. Should have software security. Should have network level security and ECU level security. ECU is the smallest part of the vehicle. Hardware level testing for cybersecurity. If we check, then only vehicle to grid is easily possible. Otherwise, people will feel unsecured. They will not opt for it. Vehicle to grid charging. What are the future opportunities? There are we should know who are the stakeholders: utilities, aggregators, automotive industries, individual EV owner, charging infrastructure provider. These are the stakeholders one should be getting connected always. Key innovators in V2G in Italy, in UK, then Finland, France, Finland, UK. These people already are on hands-on on V2G technology. So it is effective and supplementing the existing alternate energy sources. So this technology is going to come in India, not necessarily immediately due to these what you can say security reasons. So grid charging, Nissan Leaf has this technology, opportunities of EV charging vehicle to grid. They are very well versed with this. So what are the future opportunities particularly? By using V2G technology, utilities can compensate for low wholesale prices as renewable energy production may not coincide with the peak demand, utilities can tap into the ancillary services at the time. Then aggregators need to forge partnership with advanced metering infrastructure participants for seamless and control of electricity flow with the respect of generation and demand. So aggregator has to play a significant role. And individual can reduce the total cost of operation of the vehicle by leveraging their vehicle as a prosumer, because I'm not generating exactly, but I'm selling it as well as I am purchasing it. So at low demand time I can purchase it, but there has to be different units for that. For example, in India, particularly residential zone, we don't have flexible or time of the day units. We don't pay for it. Only for industrial people we have time of the day tariff. This is very ridiculous in developing countries. If you are working, if you are running industry, then probably you have to pay more charge. And if you are sitting at home, if you are not creating any GDP, then you are paying less. This is something which other people cannot understand. But how we have to support the mass people, those who are sitting. They are not contributing. We have to give them facility with 3 rupees per unit. So future opportunities in EVAC companies is a vital cog in the vehicle to grid technologies, as they should be in the position to provide bi-directional charging. So that technology should be acquainted with the EVAC people. Automotive industry, of course, they must be knowing about that. For example, Google can acquire data on utilization of EV charge points, and then this data can be used by their GPS customers. So this is a huge market Google will tap in coming years. Of course, there are enhancements going on in V2G, enhancement of V2G in EV analysis, environment through establishment of reliable simulation models. They are taking place. Pilot projects are running. The progress of V2G technology ensures its growth as a stable and effective integral component. As I said, the way renewable energy are going to take place in the market, the entire renewable energy is getting stored in batteries, and similarly this EV will also put some efforts to stabilize the grid. So till 2024 the market will get a bit mature. Security layers one should be knowing, because anyways we if some malpractice malware is going to get introduced, is nothing but through the charging port, because that is the only port where communication is happening directly and you are allowing. So security layers one should be thinking very correctly. Multi-layered cybersecurity architecture, there has to be cell phone, cloud computing, vehicle to vehicle, vehicle to load, battery charging systems, keyless and passive entry systems. So these are the platforms one has to think a lot. Network anomaly detection, smart filtering, intelligent monitoring, control flow, whitelist of executables, hardware monitors, content plausibility monitor. So DMS systems, they should be very much updated. So what are the novel challenges one may face? One is sensor security, integration of safe and security, and security evolution. There are good topics for the research in upcoming areas. These are the areas. One more topic of research could be that where these charging stations should be installed and how we can reduce the time gap and all. That could be novel challenge. One why I'm very much pro towards electric vehicle to grid electricity transfer, because in renewables we have never seen such kind of emerging market, that megawatt scale solar power plants are there and batteries will be used to store all the electricity at that time. So 1200 megawatt peak power is getting sold at 6 rupees, off peak is nearly 3 rupees. So capacity utilization factor is 41%. So round the clock, 400 megawatt renewable energy tariff is nearly 3 rupees, and renewable plus thermal tariff yet to be discovered. 100 megawatt solar storage is there. So these are the tentative figures which can anticipate, which can give us some thought that yes, in coming days renewable will take 50-50%, and they have to store in batteries. We have just seen that what is our targets and missions and all, so you are acquainted with this. So clean tech adoption of EV and renewable will go hand in hand. Motivation is energy security, air quality, yes, and climate change, CO2 emission. Major initiatives are solar mission and NEMPP. Then opportunities, technology development, innovative technology, skill development, focused academia industry collaboration that could happen in particularly for this sector. Why I have very much inclination towards V2G is energy storage for renewable energies is much in demand. Time shift, grid stabilization, peak shaving, grid regulation, transmission capacity deferral. So these are the opportunities we could see in renewable energy. So vis-a-vis, it will be for vehicle to grid as well. So impact of clean tech adoption, what will be the impact? Major transition in automotive industry will be seen. Transition in electricity generation and distribution. I would not say only in technicalities, but as a government policy also there will be a lot of change. Then development of new technology, battery, then innovation of integrated renewable and electric vehicle, that will be hand in hand. I have visited one company in GE, is Tata Telecommunication Services, and in that they have lot of parking, which is solar parking. If you go to Malpani's uh, Wait and Joy Park, there they have put 1 megawatt of solar rooftop parking. So these people can store the energy. Similarly, they can store the energy of electric vehicles. For example, there are so many buses getting operated for individual schools. My daughter is going to one of the finest school, and they are utilizing at least 25 buses for different routes. Symbiosis, for that matter, they have 100 buses running throughout the city, and at some point of time they are just idle, isn't it? Their drivers are idle, their buses are idle. They can exchange the electricity at that time. So innovation for resource efficient transition is needed. Energy storage is important component of both renewable energy and electric vehicle. So what are the energy storage options? Though for EV only batteries is there, but what are those? Electric is there, thermal, mechanical, pumped hydro. These are nothing but energy storage options. But we are concentrating only on batteries. Yes, definitely. So selection of energy storage. One should be knowing energy density, power density, discharge time, response time. So if we are going to connect this with vehicle to grid, then all these parameters will pop up, because cycle efficiency should not get reduced. The cost of a battery should not be more than what we are going to earn from the selling electricity. So discharge cycle, cost, operating temperature, safety. So those who want to work in this area, they should be knowing all these are the facilities one should be knowing, or other parameters one should be knowing. Let's have some look about batteries, what were they and now what we are utilizing. 1749 Benjamin Franklin concept of battery he has given, and from that there was a continuous evolvement of batteries. In 2008, 2 million hybrid cars with NIMH batteries, Toyota Prius is used, and of course cameras, small electronics, cordless tools, boats and cars. We were utilizing nickel cadmium batteries for a longer time. Batteries of the present, lithium ion is there, lithium ion prototype is there, Nobel Prize winner. Akira Yoshino, he has got the Nobel Prize for that in 2019. Recently, lithium-ion battery 1991, first commercial production Sony and team led by Yoshino Nishi. So nowadays lithium-ion is very much popular, but at the same time, in there are so many researches going on in lithium air as well. Current prediction estimates that solid state batteries with twice the capacity and faster recharging will be on the market by 2025. This is really stunning. Solid state batteries. And vehicle, what are per kg and what are per liter volume? Because your volume cannot be large. At the same time, weight cannot be large, isn't it? The density has to be higher or so energy density should be higher in terms of volume and in terms of mass. So this is the research has given us the data. So lithium ion is doing really well. But there are some incidences that there are fires and we should be really aware of all these things whenever we are going with such kind of batteries. Lithium is very much available. So we need to have constant monitor while discharging, while charging. State of the charge we should know, depth of a discharge, resistance, capacity, state of health we should be much aware about. And definitely Tesla, they have set up a new gigawatt factory in 2017 in Reno, Nevada, employ up to 6,005 people, builds lithium ion batteries, and I am requesting all of you, please, if you want to try your not luck, if you want to earn money, it is very sure, invest some shares of lithium ion battery manufacturers, because in coming days there will be lot of demand, and at that time the pricing will go exorbitant. So instead of that, if you take the opportunity and invest some lakh rupees, 2 lakhs rupees, you will definitely earn 10 lakhs rupees in a couple of years. 100 billion economic benefit over 20 years. So huge investment Tesla has done on the research on batteries. Why again storage is following on renewable footsteps. See why it is connected. Lithium ion battery pack price have dropped 90% since 2010. It is just recently, every year it is 10% drop it has seen. So lithium ion will regulate the market for next at least 25 years. Worldwide installation of batteries expected. Estimated capital expenditure or cost per kilowatt hour of storage in India is also getting reduced. So probably right now it is 30% is BMS and 20% is the cost of a battery for any vehicle. If you know that 24 lakhs vehicle which is of Kona, the battery cost is 4 lakhs rupees. So it's a lot of money we are investing in battery. And if these batteries are going to reduce the pricing in coming years, then of course people will try to send the electricity to the grid as well. So this is really a boosting phenomena. Storage adder and total cost of co-located PV plus storage. So you should have photovoltaic on the top and storage at the bottom, which is movable storage nowadays for buses as well as passenger cars. So you can think about it. In the way vehicle to grid, similarly vehicle to home as well is possible. Smart metering is possible. Renewable system should get clubbed. Household load should be there, home and grid, and energy and data can be floated. Environmental impact, what could be? Because nowadays people are talking about linear economy is converted into circular economy. So sources recycle, refurbish, reuse, repair, isn't it? So recycling ecosystem for EV batteries, efficient utilization of resources, these are the use of clean source of energy. These are the impacts which are positive impacts if we go with lithium ion batteries and go with the vehicle to grid technology. But there are some certain requirements from the grid perspective, transmission and distribution capabilities we should be knowing. Then appropriate measuring instruments. Then high level communication facility should be there between, and who should be the responsible if something goes wrong in battery, if there is a flame, then who is going to respond responsible? That is the main task, isn't it? So biggest requirement of grid stabilization, that is also an important part. Matching voltages, then matching the frequencies, fast power up if required, servicing and maintenance. Right now, only the flow is from grid to vehicle, so we are not much bothered what is happening. But when it starts from grid, from vehicle to grid, we have to be very much cautious at both safety level. Requirements from EV perspective. So safety, intelligent and compatible on onboard power electronics hardware, seamless communication facility with the grid, interactive charger hardware control strategy, current limits and voltage matching, battery life degradation. We should have some standards for V2G based on IEC 61850, planning the charge for next trip. So these are the requirements from EV perspective we should be thinking. What are the grid challenges? Size of a national grid is huge, isn't it? And in that, if we are penetrating uh, some EV, then EV charge, then it should match the frequency. The frequency drop should not be sudden. We are observing 5% plus minus frequency. So sensitivity of the grid will increase. Dependence of whole economy on the power is there. So we cannot afford to trip the grid. Effect on grid distribution on equipments is also dangerous because the transformer will utilize upcoming and going forward. So who will be the responsible for some problem in the transformer? That infrastructure changes we need. Complex power management, that is really a crucial area. While only supply, we are facing so many challenges in Asian countries. So while receiving at that time, you might have seen that solar power government is pushing from central side, but the local uh, reception from MSCDCL is not there because there are so many complexities. Are they have observed that, okay, and as power is cheaper in India, people still they don't want to sell it. They want compensation, and now MSCDCL is saying that okay, the remaining power which you have sold us, we will pay you with 3 rupees. They don't want now. This is a game changer. So these are the challenges, social and political obstacles. Then the residual friction from conventional automotive and oil sectors, because oil sector will also try to suppress this. Their bread and butter is going to go away. So these are great challenges what I feel people may face. Then EV side challenges, limited battery life. Actually, this couple of years we have to change the battery. Example of people are really afraid of how many times I should change the battery. So instead of that, they will drop down the cycles by not giving electricity to the grid. Ensuring safety of people and vehicle, that is also a thing to be understood. Making sure customer knows the pros and cons. Ensuring next day trips kilometers. If by mistake, if all the electricity is getting transferred, then what will be the tomorrow's consequences we should be knowing. intensive communication between vehicle and grid. Right now, due to the COVID, at least we are on now web platform, and thank God we are at least touch wood. My connection has not dropped down in between, and I am very much audible. So intensive communication is needed between vehicle and grid whenever we are charging or discharging. Controller and uncontrolled charging and discharging. So these are the basic anxieties people may face whenever they are inclined towards this. As I rightly asked you the questions, whether how many of you have pumps? See, in Pune, still in Pune, people don't offer automatic pumping, isn't it? It's not I'm pointing out the thing something, but this is the scenario, and we have to overcome it. Not Americans will come to overcome these issues or Chinese will come to overcome these issues. We have to take the participation and solve these problems. So battery life degradation, that will be important phenomena. People will be really scared about it. Overcharging, over discharging, high charging, discharging currents, importance of battery management systems, high temperature, normal life degradation, depth of discharge dependence. So these are the battery life degradation consequences we may face. But what are the opportunities? Yes, every technology is getting evolved. So grid integration control system incorporating logic to integrate all the different types of sources and consumers. So let it be renewable stored in battery, let it be EVs. So many smart bidirectional charging station manufacturers. This also can happen. So charging station, you have kept your vehicle for charging. After some time, it should discharge as well. So smart metering is needed. I don't know how many of you have installed smart meter, electricity meter at home. But nowadays, everywhere, whenever we install solar system, the meter is smart meter. It can take the data. It can communicate. Okay, so data transfer is possible. Electricity measurement is possible for both ways. Leveraging battery swapping station, leveraging fleet operators. So fleet operators like Ola and Uber, if I don't want to work for next 4 hours, then I can sell the electricity. So these are the benefits one should think. Or buses, Prasanna Travel, they have 500 buses. If couple of buses are not going to run, they can sell the electricity at peak time. So if I'm not wrong, it's almost 1 o'clock, and uh, I'm sure I've shared many new ideas as well as what is going on in the vehicle to grid opportunities. Still in India, I have not seen vehicle to grid installation yet, or rather, we have not done it as a SOLANGETECH. But we are confident enough that as the technology will, what do you can say, be in India, we will definitely install it. So thank you very much from my side, and of course, the best way to predict the future is to create it. I hope we will create our future. Thank you very much.
So participants, so actually there is one question in the chat box, sir.
Okay, let me check. Isn't it jam condition is in EV for India? Yeah, that is the biggest challenge. Actually, this challenge is not in only India. I'm telling you, one of my friends, he was in America, and there was this has happened with him. There was huge snowfall, and there was huge traffic jam. Many people, they were running short of fuel, of course, gas, and they turned on heater for longer time. They turned on heater longer time, and then after some time, fuel got empty. The tank got empty. They just kept the vehicles there and there itself, and they went away. Can you imagine? In America, it has happened, and in many European countries, it happened. It's a regular phenomenon. they during winter there is a snowfall. They cannot remove the snow from the road. There's a traffic jam. Then at one point of time they keep the vehicle there itself and they go away. And then that those tow company comes and they remove it. And all these charges are getting recovered from insurance companies. In Nanded city, also water meters are installed. Amazing. Yeah, there are some areas because government has to think about it. L&T is installing water meters on behalf of PMC. Yes, I have seen that tender. Yes, in um, uh, in many parts they have done. But again, of course, data should be communicated. It should not be the idle meter that okay, person should go and check what is the number today. It should not happen. Yes, thank you very much.
Sir, in
Yes,
EV we are having the subsidies from the government side. So
correct.
will there be any payback period for this, sir? Or
Yes, like actually, your question is very correct that there will be a subsidy, but subsidy for electric vehicles is there, and subsidy for EV charging stations is there. So, what part of subsidy you are talking about?
so like in solar, how we install the solar PV system and we'll be having the payback period for 2 or 3 years. Something like that is there in the charging stations and for that.
Yes, exactly, Sharmila ma'am. I'm a businessman, so I would like to put the what you can say one proposal to PES college itself, being pioneer in many technologies and aggressive in social work. We will put one charging station there and there itself, and we will take some grants from UGC as well as from DHI. We can do that. Already PMC is in discussion with so many charging stations to put forth. And basically, college like PES, there will be so many students will come to their college every day, and they can have empty number of charging points at their vehicle stations or parking stations. So such kind of proposal can be done, and your payback period will be definitely within some specific 3 years or 4 years time. Provided that you should have asked or you should ask to anyone what is the life of any charging station, being a techno brand, isn't it? So payback period is dependent on two parameters. One is how much money we have to shell out and what tariff you are charging to your customer. So not only the subsidy will play the role, but at what rate you are selling the electricity to your students. If you sell it for 15 rupees per unit, the payback period will be longer. If you sell it for 20 rupees per unit, payback period will be shorter. As simple as that. Provided your charging station has a good life of 10 years, the way the inverters are having.
Actually, nowadays many students are doing their projects in the electrical vehicles, but I think we have to more motivate them for all these things, and I think it will take some more years to even faculty to encourage themselves to be the part of this system, sir. Hello, sir. Am I audible? Hello, sir. You are not audible.